Today we're talking about charisma. To know if you're a person that got charisma, people would just be like, man, I don't usually open up to people like this, but for some reason I'm doing this with you. Or, oh, I usually don't tell people this, but I feel comfortable telling you this. That's how you know you're a person with charisma, because they feel naturally open to speaking to you. I'm back with another video. Y'all know y'all on my channel because I'm here for the individuals that want to control their time using their sovereign mind. Peace to the gods. I'm back with y'all with a video talking about charisma today. This is going to be a good one for people because I want to be able to help out some individuals with their character. I've realized that your character is what's going to help you out a lot within your journey as being just getting into the world of business, career, whatever you do, but just as a spiritual individual as well. If you don't have a certain character, it'll kind of hinder you from certain opportunities, because character speaks a lot and people will judge you based off your character. You always say, don't judge people off what they say, judge people off their character. If you can master your character and you can become an individual that is likable, people want to be around you, you're warm, you're comfortable, you exude confidence. This is the things that gives the individual the confirmation to want to have you in their presence. Now, if you guys don't know what charisma is just the ability to be compellingly attractive. It just kind of means where you're able to be attractive, not necessarily physically attractive, but you're attractive based off how you act, how you talk, and what you say. And your charisma is, your charm, along with your confidence, along with your comfortability with yourself, to be able to be social and to be able to be outgoing while also just being comfortable as an individual. You don't push people too much, but you also don't let them not feel like they're in the room with you in a way. It's a perfect balance of what people typically would want, where it's like you're there, but you're not in their face. You feel what I'm saying? You're in the room, but you're not taking up the room. You feel me? And that's kind of what makes people feel comfortable to want to be in your presence, to want to talk to you, or to want to be around you. Look, let's talk about why charisma is even attractive. Charisma is attractive, and I recommend people to have charisma, especially men to have charisma. It's simply because, number one, charisma will set you apart from anybody else, simply because people will want to be in your presence. Charisma is attractive because it's a perfect balance between having charm, having confidence, and having social skills. So people want to be around somebody who's confident because that's what they admire. They want to be around somebody who's charming because that's what they admire, but also somebody who's social and not really just like in a shell. They can be social in any group. That's an admirable person. You admire somebody like that because they're doing things that maybe you would want to be able to do, or they're just making you feel important. People who have charisma and they do it at a very well, are very good with their charisma. People who are very good with their charisma, they can make everybody in the room feel comfortable. They get along with anybody. And it makes an environment to where people are just naturally comfortable to talk to you. They feel pleasant in your aura. They can recommend you to somebody because they like your character. These are the factors of charisma. This is what people don't talk about inside of character. And it's important to dissect it so that you can realize why somebody likes this person more than may like the next person. Why you like certain actors versus another actor is simply because of their charisma sometimes. So the reason why you'll like somebody who has charisma is because you'll just be emotionally connected to them. You don't just like them based off what they do, you like them based off who they are. So now you have an emotional connection. Same thing for the females. Like females, they're gonna be attracted to a person that they are emotionally connected to. And that's somebody that makes them feel important, that makes them feel welcomed, but that also exudes confidence in themselves to where they can't just step on their toes, where, oh, they're just so comfortable with them, or they're just saying whatever they want. You know what I mean? They're not like that, but it's a perfect balance between you're not cold, but you're not too warm. You're just in the middle, you're just a perfect shower. You're not too hot, you're not too cold, you just in the middle. A perfect shower for your temperature. See, charisma is something that some people naturally just have and they're born with based on their environment. Their dad or their uncle might have had a bunch of charisma. Their brother, they started to pick up these habits and they started to implement this themselves. And others, they just naturally was able to gravitate and pick it up over time and realizing that that's what people liked. Understand that you can learn how to be charismatic. It's just like working out. You got to go to the gym to get big muscles and you got to keep doing it. Same thing with having charisma. You got to keep doing some of the things that someone who has charisma would be doing. For me, I mean, having charisma, one of the number one benefits of having charisma for me is that I could get along with anybody. No matter what you look like, no matter how you talk, no matter how you walk, I could get along with you or find a way to make you feel comfortable in my presence, because I know how to crack your shield. I know how to break that shell to where you no longer feel like you got to be egged up. You can actually open up and feel like a person when you're talking to me. I'm a great listener. You know, people who have charisma, great listeners. So when you can listen to a conversation and when you can understand what someone's talking about, you can now cater the conversation towards what they need or what they want. And this is how you create that devotion for somebody. They'll be devoted to talk to you because they feel like you really talking to them and you're not just talking from a third person, you know, point of view. You talking from first person, like you FaceTime, and it's just intimate one-on-one. Even if you just met this person at the grocery store, whatever it might be, just being a good listener is so important. And that's the factors that have been able to help me to know more about somebody, to know where to direct them, and just to build better relationships. You know, I done built great business relationships, personal relationships based off having good charisma, and it gets me into many doors that probably I wouldn't get into if I didn't have it, honestly speaking. So I've seen for myself as well, when I have charisma and I'm being a charismatic individual, I'm just naturally very happy. You know, you're naturally gonna walk into rooms and you'll just be like happy to see somebody or happy to see what's going on. You'll be happy to see children, or, you know, you'll just be naturally happy about life. And people enjoy that. Like, you know, people like to see teeth. People like to see people smirk and smile. It's a brighter day when people are smiling versus everybody walking around all mad. These are individuals who may lack an department of charisma, and that's why they're just mad. You know, they don't understand social skills. They're not confident in themselves. They're not warm within, so they can't make people feel warm. You know, these are the factors of being mad all the time. You know, it could be a lack of charisma. Another benefit of just having charisma, I see a great energy, you know, that's connected to me along with my aura. I say that, you know, anybody that enters my life it's gonna be, you know, an individual that's gonna benefit from entering my life, or I'm gonna benefit from them because of the aura and the atmosphere that's created around me. You know, it's gonna be a positive interaction when we come together, and that positivity comes from me having charisma and seeing the bright side of things. You know, learning from anything and seeing the bright side of it, and having charisma to, you know, have the social skills to talk about it, having the confidence to let them know about something going on. And just saying what people are not willing to say is what makes people actually want to open up and actually listen to what you got to say sometimes, or actually speak their mind more than they normally would. And then they're like, damn, I don't even usually talk like this. To know if you're a person that got charisma, people would just be like, man, I don't usually open up to people like this, but for some reason I'm doing this with you. Or, oh, I usually don't tell people this, but I feel comfortable telling you this. That's how you know you're a person with charisma, because they feel naturally open to speaking to you. And that's when you know that you're doing something right. All right, so boom, look, I'm gonna give y'all a few tips on how you can have more charisma, right? Tip number 1, start flirting with the world. What does that mean? Yo, if you see a girl and you like her hair, start flirting with her. Like, not flirt, but yo, just be like, yo, I like your hair. You know, hey, how you doing? I like your hair. Some of y'all gonna be like, what? That's weird. And that's why you're in a shell, and that's why you lack charisma, because you're too much in your own world and you don't want to socialize with people outside of you to the point where you only can see yourself. And, you know, if somebody interacts with you, you're like, why are they talking to me? And then if that person has charisma, you then start to get a little curious on how they have this charisma. You feel what I'm saying? So be that person, right? Talk to people. Hey, I like your hair. If you see somebody that got on some nice shoes, hey, I like your shoes. Even a brother, like, even if you got to compliment a brother saying that, yo, you like his shoes that he got on, or you like his jacket, for, you know what I'm saying? Or you like his shirt. complimenting people, like getting outside of yourself to tell people, yo, you like what they got going on. Even if you don't even like something, try to find something to say that you like. Now, I ain't gonna say just cap and say that you like something just to say that you like it. I wouldn't say that. But find something about people that you could compliment them on. You know, find something about people that you could say that you notice about them. Or, you know, even if you're not complimenting them, like, hey, I noticed you wearing an anime shirt. Do you watch anime? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you don't like anime, just ask them some questions about them. Like, those are little keys to flirting with people or flirting with the world. And it doesn't have to lead to anything, but it could just be a little thing that gets people interested in you because you interested in them. You feel what I'm saying? Number 2, ask questions about people's lives. Be curious. Hey, what brings you out here? You know, I see you, you know, let's say you a server at a restaurant. Ask them, hey, what brings you guys here? Be curious about their life. Show that you care about their presence. Show that you care that they're actually an individual that you get to talk to and experience some energy with to actually, you know, be in their presence, you know, care about them. If somebody you know, bumps into you, be like, oh, my fault, it's all good. Hey, where'd you get that jacket though? You like on some, you know what I mean? Like, word, just chopping it up with people, like being caring towards the world, you know, just being a little bit more caring towards others and not living in a victim where it's like, oh, people is coming after me or X, Y, and Z. Look to ways that you can actually be interested in other people so that way they can go ahead and be interested in you naturally. Number 3, make eye contact. Making eye contact is so important. You want to maintain eye contact because, number 1, that exudes confidence. It shows that you're confident to actually have a conversation with that person and pay attention to just them. Too many times people get distracted where they want to look all over the place. They're nervous. And honestly, if you're not willing to make eye contact with someone while you're speaking to them, then that means that there's something within you that you're avoiding and you're hiding, because the eyes is what reveals the soul. The eyes is the gateway to the soul. And the same way that you can see the reflection of somebody else's soul when you're looking in their eyes, they can also reveal the reflection of your soul. So if you're not in comfortability with who you are, what you are, and what you're saying, you'll start looking away. And that's how people can tell when you're lying, you're unconfident, and there's just something underlining going on that you don't want to really discuss. Maintaining eye contact shows that you care, shows that you're attentive, shows that you're confident, and it shows that you're actually being there for them in that present moment. My next recommendation to being more charismatic is have a direction with your conversation. When you're talking to people, let's say you're talking to a group of individuals, this is a time where it really tests you on how well you're confident in what you're saying and how well you're going to be able to cater to this group, because you got multiple personalities now. It's not just a one-on-one or even a one-on-two. It might be a one-on-4 squad mission. It might be a one-on-6. You feel me? So what you have to do then is you have to walk in there with your confidence and walk in there with your aura, and then you have to be attentive to what is going on. You know, finding ways to make the conversation about them and about people, and also direct it. If you're looking for directions on how to get somewhere, but you also interested in them group of females, maybe you open up like, hey, beautifuls, how y'all doing? They, you know, whatever response you get is the response you get. If they give you a good response, cool, you run with it and just, you know, use your charm, use your smile, use what you got to do to go ahead and tell them, yo, I'm trying to get here, but I was also interested in what y'all had going on because y'all caught my attention as well. Or if they don't give you a good response, hey, beautifuls, who you talking to like that? You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, just be like, my fault, I'm so sorry, I just wanted to comment on how good you look, but honestly, why I'm coming up here is because I want to know how to get to X, Y, and Z, right? So what you have to be able to do is not be reactive, right? You have to not react, but you have to respond. And you have to always remember what you're doing and how you're going to lead a conversation, how you're going to lead yourself, how you're looking to this interaction to go, because ultimately you could be in control of all conversations when you have control over what you want, what you're thinking, and just the direction that you want to go. How somebody else responds to that is how they respond. But you're in control when you're in a conversation, when you have confidence of yourself, especially if you're a man. Most times than not, women don't want to be in control of the conversation. They want you to be in control. Even when they ask you a question, they want you to lead them to the answer. You feel me? They don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? Girls want to figure out things through the man. You know, so really take that into account as a man. If you're watching this, like really sit down and be like, all right, bet, how could I be more attentive to the conversations I'm actually giving? So boom, my last tip is just be unapologetically yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to change. You know, like I said, if you're someone that's not naturally charismatic, what I would tell you is just start practicing to be a little bit more social. Just because you're not naturally social doesn't mean that you can't be social. I'm gonna keep it a rack. I'm really an introvert. If people who really know me know that I don't even like being around too many people too long. I don't like too many interactions with other people, because I can maintain myself because of my charisma, because of my energy, but I don't like to. I like to be in my own bubble. I like my alone time. I like talking to myself. Like, I like being in my own world, but I know the value of talking to others. So what I'll do is I'll bring my calm vibe and my chill vibe outside of myself into the world and interact that with other people. So if you're a little bit weird, bring your weirdness into other circles, and the right circle going to attract to you. That's just what it is. If you're just a little bit more straightforward and straight to the point, be that. Be straight to the point with others, and just that's is what it is. Like, you know, and once you figure out your personality type and how you like to interact, you could then start to understand other people's personality type based off just sometimes what they look like, sometimes how they talk, you know, their tone of voice, sometimes the conversations that they bring up, and how they respond to what you say. Are they always laughing? Okay, this is somebody that you want to crack more jokes with because she enjoys laughing. Are they kind of more serious? Okay, this is somebody that you want to be more straightforward to, but crack their shell a few times. Tell them that, yo, you ain't got to be so serious with life, you know? Whatever it might be, you could figure that out as you learn yourself. And then some people naturally, bro, you ain't gonna crack their shell. You ain't gonna be able to get them to think how you thinking, to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work, and that's fine. Leave those people be. They in their own little bubble where they're miserable, sometimes just tired of life, or maybe they just simply just had a bad day. You know, you never know what people going through. They just had a really bad day, and now the conversation with you is really not on their mind. They're not even present to even give you any real energy. Let them go. But everybody else, be yourself. Walk in the room as yourself. You know, your confidence and who you are will shine before you even speak. You know, naturally it will attract the right things around you before you even talk, when you can already have that confidence within, and you know that you have some charisma to the point where if a conversation does pop off, you know that you can continue that conversation. Yo, just go be social. Like, really, just go be social. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about if people, you know, respond to you or not. Don't worry about if you get a bad response or no. You know, like, just be social. Like, if there's a girl that you see, go talk to her. You know what I'm saying? If there's a group of females, they talking about something that you're interested in, go talk to them. You know, even if you're not even in the conversation, you hear something that you like. I remember the other day, I was actually taking an Uber, and the Uber driver, she was talking to you know, her cousin, something like that, just talking about how she's actually vegan and everything. She's been learning about new vegan spots. She just started doing Uber out here in New York, and she's from Chicago. She started doing some vegan spots and everything like that. And she was just talking, you know, about that with her cousin. I hopped in the conversation like, yo, where you from? I started off like that, like, yo, where you from and everything like that. She was like, oh, I'm from Chicago and everything. I was like, word, that's what's up. You trying to look for some vegan spots? I'm vegan too. Or I didn't really say I'm vegan, but I just say, you know, I eat, you know, healthy, health-wise, right? I eat plant-based. You know, I kind of eat the same way that you eat. She was like, word? Okay, bet. And it sparked a good conversation just off me being social. But if I would have just sat there and listened to that conversation and my soul wanted to talk, but my mind was too afraid to talk, then who knows if that conversation would have ever happened, and who knows if I was blocking my blessings simply because I was afraid to get outside myself. So some of y'all, I already know, because I have that feeling sometimes, and sometimes I don't even act on it myself. I still got to work on my stuff. So I already know for some of y'all have feelings sometimes where it's like, yo, you want to talk. Your soul's like, yo, I should talk to this person, or I should say hi, or I should say how good he looks or how good she looks, right? Your soul wants to say it. Your soul wants to do it, but your mind stops you, and you're blocking your blessings at that point, because you never know where that conversation could lead you to. Even if you get a flat out no, or I'm not interested, or nah, I'm good, that's still better than nothing. Trust me, it's still better than nothing. Cause now you know that you could do it again if you did it once. Flat out, do what y'all gotta do, man. Upgrade y'all badges, man. Get that charisma badge to Hall of Fame and get right, man. Cause that's a real character trait that really has helped me a lot. And I think it can help a lot of y'all too. So if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about in the next video. If y'all want me to talk about some more character traits that I've been able to develop or I learned about that I'm still implementing in my life, that I can help out y'all with implement it into y'all's. But make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all get me in the algorithm, man. Let's get me to 1,000 subs. Can we do that? 1,000 subs, man, and I'm giving out a giveaway. So make sure y'all help me out to get there. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace.